Reggae music came to me in 1984 because all along I was playing this mbaqanga, but it's only in 1984 that I changed and do reggae in my life, because that's the only kind of music that makes me happy. That's the only kind of music that I can express my feelings to my people with.
This interview was recorded in May 1989, marking Lucky Dube's first U.S. tour. Just as he arrived in New York, he was 25 years old at the time. In the conversation, Dube discusses his musical journey, touching on early influences, the challenging backdrop of apartheid-era South Africa, and his transition from mbaqanga to reggae. He shares his motivations and aspirations as he prepared for wider international exposure.
The first album I made in reggae was called Rastas Never Died. This one was banned because they said I'm promoting Rastafarianism, which they actually don't like, I mean, back home there. And so there's a black radio station called Radio Zulu, and another one, Radio Tswana, Pedi, and all. Those are the radio stations really that play a lot of reggae music. They've got reggae programs on their stations, and they are the stations that play reggae music.
Do you see yourself continuing with reggae music? Or might you explore other styles again, like you did before Lucky?
Well, I think now reggae is me. I am reggae. I'm gonna play reggae for the rest of my life, because that's the only kind of music that makes me happy. That's the only kind of music that I can express my feelings to my people with. Because I'm not singing because I can, or maybe I was given the chance to sing, but it's a kind of expressing my feelings to my people and on behalf of my people. So I think I'm gonna work for my people for the rest of my life. So I ain't gonna change now. I am reggae, and reggae is me.
Can you tell us how you first got started in music?
So the language we spoke at home was Zulu language, which I think most of you do know something about. It's this town is in the Eastern Transvaal, called Emelo. It's about 200 km from Swaziland. So I was born there, and I went to school there until I was doing standard 4. And then after that I moved to another town called Standerton, also in the Transvaal. And after that I was in Standerton until I did my standard 8. After that I went to Newcastle. That is Newcastle. It's situated in Natal, about 300 km from Johannesburg, which is where I met Richard, my producer.
What inspired you to pick up an instrument or start singing?
Well, I started playing music when I was about 8 years old, but that was just singing in local bands where I lived. But professionally, I started in 1979.
When you first started your musical journey, you had certain plans and ideas for your music. How did those initial plans evolve over time?
Well, now the thing is, in 1979, I met my producer, the guy who's my producer now, Richard Siluma. I met him. He was with a band called the Love Brothers. So they were playing mbaqanga kind of music, which was very popular kind of music back home. Every band used to play that kind of music. And so when I joined this band, I started by playing drums and doing backing vocals and things like that. It's only in 1982 that I recorded my own solo album.
Lucky, what was the first album you ever recorded, and what inspired you during that time?
My first album that I recorded was called Kudala Ngikuncenga, which was in the mbaqanga kind of music. That's a Zulu soul music. It was called Kudala Ngikuncenga. Well, Kudala Ngikuncenga means I've been begging you for a long time.
Besides the albums we've discussed, what other albums have you recorded? And are there any that are especially meaningful to you?
Well, after I recorded, having recorded this very first album, I was recording an album every year. So I have about 5 or 6 albums in mbaqanga. Because the second one I recorded was Lengane Ngeyetu and Abatakati, and I can't remember all of them because it's a long time back. I can't remember all of them. But it's about 5 or 6 Zulu albums that I recorded. Reggae music came to me in 1984 because all along I was playing this mbaqanga, but it's only in 1984 that I changed and do reggae. Now the thing is, back home, since mbaqanga was the very popular kind of music, so any band, any upcoming band was doing the same kind of music. Like when you live in Jamaica, you know reggae music being the only kind of music that you can play. So it happened to me in that way. Back home I played mbaqanga, but after some time, in 1984, this kind of music became somewhat, people get bored because of this music, because every band was playing it, everyone was playing this kind of music, and so people turned not to like it anymore. So now even if I had a message that I wanted to send through to people, it wouldn't come through properly because people didn't like it. And so I thought I should try and sing something fresh, something that the people don't know about, something that will come to them as something new, that will make them listen to me. And so it was only possible through reggae because no one was doing reggae in South Africa before I started.
Do you regard yourself as Rastafarian?
Well, yes, I do regard myself as a Rastafarian, though at the moment I still have a problem because, like I said, back home Rastafarians are not really welcome. And so the problem I have at the moment is that I don't know much about the Rastafarian way of life, I mean the culture and everything. And so it's only now that I'm starting to be exposed to people who know the Rastafarian way of life and the culture. So I'm still learning about it because back home we ain't got no books, and we don't have Rastafarians, I mean people who can tell me more about the culture and things like that. So I'm still learning about it because it's the kind of life I want. That's why I consider myself as a Rasta. There's some kind of similarity between Rasta and my Zulu tradition. And one thing I like about Rasta is that it's got a feeling of togetherness every time, you know, which is my principal aim in life, of getting people together. So that's what I find in Rastafari. I mean, the feeling of togetherness. That's what really attracts me towards Rastafarianism.
Do you think you'll continue playing reggae music?
This interview is a striking portrait of Lucky Dube at a turning point, young, ambitious, and rooted in both a local struggle and a global movement. It offers an intimate, passionate performance, revealing how personal experience, political context, and musical inspiration converged in his artistry. The format elevates the content. Reggae Strong delivers more than an interview. It contextualizes an era, a movement, and the rise of a South African voice on the world reggae stage.